Well, that looks awful, doesn't it? Cardboard box right next to there. Thank you to the people who are already in the chat. And again, apologies for anybody who's new to this. I do use very primitive ways. I've got my comments coming up on this and I've just got my phone in front of me. But it's really good to do this again. I've done quite a few already now. And they seem to get more and more entertaining as we go along, shall we say. Retro action is here. So yeah, I've got a few things here which people have asked me to get ready to show. I've got a few other things just in case people wanted to see. And I suppose I'm going to be talking about, again, whatever. But what I definitely really wanted to talk about was, you know, when you pick something up and you just thought, well, I want to talk about the evolution, but I want to talk about these first. Because, you know, I haven't read these comics in as long as I can remember. And I've just finished the Time Wars saga, which loads and loads of people all say is their favourite and their best sort of comic story. Ah, there we go. Nice to see you too. Lionel's in as well. He's in from Ecuador. I have no idea with the time differences on here. It's crazy. It's all over the place. The other day there was like 45 in on here and everybody was from absolutely everywhere. So I see the numbers are slowly sort of coming in. Robot Recruiter's in this time as well. Phil is in, fantastic. Everybody can get mingling in the chat. And yeah, I suppose it's good we've got Phil here actually, because Phil, I always mention Phil. That's where I always get all my figures from, and it's good because he can give us actual. It's 4 o'clock in Ecuador. There you go, if everybody wanted to know. 4 o'clock, so yeah, it's 10 p.m. over here. Phil is our Hasbro insight. Well, not really insight. He's got his online shop, obviously, which is where I purchase pretty much all my new things from. So it's always good to hear what's going on there as well. And funnily enough, Phil, and I think everybody else, I've just put this guy up. Devoid of Logic is on. This is just. Have you done my hair? Yes, I actually. Yes, so Ben Williams, who's already started getting the jibes in. It was my daughter's 4th birthday party today. So if I'm a bit hoarse, I've been, oh, nice to see you, perfect. I've been yelling at kids most afternoon. Entertaining, not yelling at kids, entertaining kids, 4-year-olds, etc., which was really good. So yes, my hair's actually done for a change. Yeah, which is good. There you go, Las Vegas. I absolutely love Las Vegas. I am so jealous of you, Michael, right now. I've been to Las Vegas 3 times and it is one of my favourite places. In fact, Michael, if you can answer this for me, is the toy shop at the bottom of Fremont Street still there? There was a Transformers and all retro 80s toy shop at the bottom of Fremont Street. It's funnily enough, it's where I purchased my G1 Omega Supreme from. Princeton Flanix is back in, brilliant. He was such a great contributor to the live stream in every way last time. Loads of funny comments, loads of great questions, and thank you ever so much for your super thanks as well. So I want to, as Michael going to answer that question, I want to know, or do you ever head down to Fremont Street? Because I was just, that's where I got my Mega Supreme from, my G1 Omega Supreme. Wow, it's still there. Perfect. I'm going to see if I can find an email for them, because I took one of their cards, but it hasn't worked. Loki the 14th is in as well. There's a few people starting to come in, which is good. Yeah, it's always weird sort of doing this, because I do, obviously, it's hard getting the right time zone for people, and I said to people I don't mind doing this sort of time. It seemed to work out pretty well last time with regards to this. I was going to discuss, I say, quite a few things, but I think most people already know about this. The secret bit on his shoulder, you know, the bit which folds in there that you can take it off. Smash the like button, folks. Thanks, Devoid of Logic. So this is normally on his shoulder, isn't it? There you go. Ah, there you go. Maybe that's him then. This obviously was, yeah, robot. Do you know about this, Phil? The fact that you can take this bit off, and if you take this bit off, it means you can fold it underneath, and then when you take it off, it's like a scope that fits on the back of the gun. So obviously you get the gun, and then on the back of it, and I think it's designed to do that. I mean, if you can see, it's not really light here now, but it just fits perfect. Yeah, so what you can do, it is called the Toy Shack. Yeah, it is called Toy Shack. Yeah, so Phil, what you can actually do is, as you'll see now when I separate all this up, so when you go into the jet mode, you can fold it completely out of the way. So you can fold it completely out of the way so it doesn't get in the way. Or if you want, of course, you can bring it back out and put it on his shoulder. You can either have it up with the bit on or tuck it away like I've done, so he hasn't got it on top of his shoulder. I'll put it on the back of his gun. Michael, it's fantastic. I love that place. As I say, I've said it 4 times already, but the funny story regarding that, the Omega Supreme story, is that it was an impulse buy. The Omega Supreme was never released in the UK at all. So when I was in Vegas and we saw one, I just had to have it. And she was my fiancée at the time. My wife, as she is now, was like, yeah, just go for it, just get it. And of course we brought it, and then we got back to the hotel. I kept it obviously on the side, and then of course it came to the day when we had to sort of go home, and we were like, oh, it doesn't fit in any suitcase. So that was quite interesting. I had to literally buy another suitcase to pack my Mega Supreme in to get home with. So that was very interesting, shall we say. There you go. He's in from Milton Keynes as well. Nice to hear that you're here as well. I've got a few friends down there. It's not too far, it's just down the M1. So M54, M6, M1, and you're in Milton Keynes. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get Fortress Maximus anywhere near a Detolf just yet. He's just too big. I got Grand Max, I know it's exactly the same size, but I can perhaps bring him a bit closer in a bit if people want to. So I also wanted to discuss, as I say, I know you guys are all going to start chatting in there. Where's all the usual suspects? There's loads missing. There's still a good 20 odd of you there, so that's good. So what's everybody else's opinion on this figure? I've just said it's great. Phil's just said it's great. I think for a Voyager, the other thing that shocked me about this is it's bigger than Blitzwing. In height, he is bigger than Blitzwing, and funny enough, in jet mode, he's bigger than Blitzwing. So obviously he's not as, I suppose, thick and sturdy and as robust, but he's still a great figure. Oh, thought there was someone coming in. No, there's not. What's everyone else's opinion on there? Adam is in as well. Brilliant. Loads of people are getting in. That looks, yes, it does. He's brilliant. J-Axis is. He's great. Adam, how are you, sir? It's been a long time since I've spoken to you. I should indeed message you more. I do apologise, but thank you for jumping in on this. J-Axis was the point where Legacy started to get good. Yes, completely agree, Kath. He fell off the page. The comic looks wonderful. I was talking comics earlier. It's made me want to just grab my Generation 2 books out and read it, because I'm trying to read them in chronological order at the moment. And Hyperlink is in as well. He's from the chat. There you go. What do you think of Legacy Wave 3? I think Tarn is going to be the best, not only for the Wave, but for all of Legacy. I think Tarn looks fantastic. I really do. I'm just a little bit gutted in myself. Yeah, so I'll message you after this, Adam. I'm a bit gutted that I don't really know 100% who he is. Anyone else got a pre-order for Super 7 G2 Megs? No, I've got this little one. And for those people who didn't see the review, this is how big the original G2 Megs is compared to this little dude. It's insane. Insane how big the original G2 Megs was. The size difference is crazy. What was I just saying then? Tarn, I completely agree with, but I wish that I hold my hands up. I've not read any IDW yet. I'm just going back through normal G1. Just for that reason, just to recap myself. There's so many things that I forgot. As I said, I've just finished, and I've just finished putting them up. Time Wars, and I just forgot how good that was, to be honest. Everybody's saying this, Ben. Everybody's saying how good he is. So perhaps I know I need to get onto it. To be honest, it's just a case of as and when. The original he had, and funnily enough, he actually works. So my version came with no battery cover, no missile, no nothing. It was just a junker. It was a couple of quid. And I'll be honest, I only brought it. I know I've got them all. I've got that Hachette Part Works. Get the black and white strips first. Right, I'll have a look at that. I'll see if I can get hold of them. Yes, Phil. And then... oh, wait a minute. It does work. Megatron. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I did have the Generation Select G2 Megatron. I did the comparison. It's working better now. And it's tiny compared to this. This guy is massive. Absolutely massive. Yeah, I can grab him, actually. Give me 2 seconds. So I did like a like a family sort of thing. So that is, excuse the light's not very good. So that's obviously the select. That's the normal. In fact, let me transform him to show you just how big he is compared to that. It's crazy. Love those old sound effects. Yeah, it's good fun, isn't it? It really is good fun. Right. Oh, it's even better when he's coming into robot mode. Okay, bear with me 2 seconds. Princeton, you can see just how big this guy is in... I need to do a review on this, but again, because it's just a basic shell, I need to get to a toy fair and find the rest of the pieces. Just got the core one recent. The core one is so much fun. That's apparently it. It's making a right racket now. Let's fold his head up. Let's click this in. You can tell I wasn't prepared for this. My stream just got a super choppy. Is it just me? Mine seems okay, unless it was the stupid interference from this. So for the people who wanted to see this, all okay? Oh, that's okay then. So it's not me. That's good to know. I'm glad to know it's not me. So this is G2 Megatron. Oh, Princeton, you shouldn't even do that. That's just so nice. This is the size difference. It's crazy, isn't it? So, Meg's being a tank helicopter wing. Yes. Did I read it? I'd never read the G.I. Joes at all. Never read the G.I. Joe. Wasn't interested whatsoever. Yeah, the size difference for these is crazy, isn't it? Huge. Yeah, he's massive. Stand there. Stand there. I hope I'm not missing too much. Many people might be wondering, well, why not do a Megatron video? No, they wouldn't. Princeton with the drop. So nice of him to do that. There we go. And then, of course, here's the little one. I just popped in and said, hi, and I'm going to watch the live stream. I love your videos. Keep the good work. Thank you ever so much for dropping in. Thank you ever so much. Here's the core one. That's your size difference there between the Megatrons. Where is the Megatron with tank tread chest from? That is G2. It is the Generation 2 version of Megatron. I think the purple G2 Megs was the hero toy. G2 Megatron, he's huge. Oh, Duke's in now, brilliant, fantastic. There are 3 issues where they created G2 Megatron before the G2 comic starts. I've got that other rare one as well. There's a couple of new members here who probably haven't seen him yet. I did there's a reverse Megatron, which is a Japanese exclusive, and it's got an Optimus Prime head on it as well. Nice, that's good. I'm glad you've managed to do that. Yeah, honestly, Phil, you won't be disappointed because he's just... Hey, well, let's put some today's figures next up to him then. So, if you put Leader Class Magnus to him, he's towering above it. Towering above him. Yeah, he's way bigger than what a Leader Class is. Is the Arctic Camo the hero one, or is that another thing completely? Ooh, that's the blue one, isn't it? Now, I've got to confess, I don't know too much about that. I didn't know about that, to be honest. I didn't, Michael, but obviously they're releasing the crossover regarding that, so it's something that I never even really knew about, to be fair, which was great. When buying them, yeah, Kath's got some good tips here, to be fair. I literally just brought mine as a junker. It was a couple of quid. As I said, I know that I'm missing a battery cover. I know that I'm missing the missile, and I think there's definitely something else, but there's but with the GT Megs, they do crazy ones, don't they? I've got the Robot Heroes Reverse Convoy one, which is a Megatron and Optimus Prime in one, which I did a video on. That's quite rare as well, to be fair. I can dig that out. That's literally just there if people want to see that in a second as well. What's everybody talking about? In honesty, with the G.I. Joe, I don't know what it was. I just wasn't, from the moment, that's it. I wasn't interested in G.I. I don't know why, I just never was. I suppose because in the UK it was called Action Force, and it just wasn't... Although it's big now, it's really big now, and Phil will back me up with that. And in fact, most people, as a child, I didn't think it was that big at the time. Thinking of getting 3D printed shoulder cannon. Yes, I've seen Larkin's Lair do that, and that's really good. Kath, Kath's got so much figure knowledge. She's a joy to have, and her comments are absolutely, some of them are just inspired. It's worthwhile maybe just to check out a couple of my videos just to read some of Kath's comments, because they're so funny. I think she's brilliant whenever she puts it. She's putting out stuff. My bad, I meant the white, black and green one. The blue one is cool, though I can't remember where the blue one is from. The blue one's Robot Masters, but there's a purple one as well, isn't there? Oh, the green camo is just the standard G2 Megs, to be honest. That's the G2, it's just the standard Megs, which again, as you can see, is huge compared to something else. There's a purple one as well. The purple one's just a redeco of the blue one. There's too much, and I hold my hands up. The G2 universe, I've said this quite a few times, for me, it's very sketchy. Do you have the purple combat hero Megatron? I don't know. I don't. You're welcome, Robot Recruits. There you go. Is your issue 140 of G.I. Joe or something for the G2 Megatron? 3 issues and then 3 G2 stars. Only read 3. I've got the Transformers in the G.I. Joe thing as part of the, what's it called? Yeah, it is about that number. What's the call? The Hatchet part works. That's how I managed to finish off the G.I. Joe story. I did it on the channel as well. I recorded it and I put it on the channel, so that was good. So I might as well grab this one while you guys are chatting just to show you. So yeah, this was the other one. This is a crazy one. If you've not seen the video on this again is silly rare, to be honest, because it's a Japanese exclusive. So it's the Robot Masters version. And it's a smaller version of that there. But the best thing is, it's got a convoy head, so you've got an Optimus Prime head. How late is it? Princeton Flanics. It is nearly 20 past 10. So this has got a convoy head, and then he now has a Megatron head. The combat Megatron they released since like 7 things G2. I'm not sure if I ever had. Oh, the combat one. It was a G2 one. It was. I know which one you mean. The combat, the white and thingy one. They did a BotCon version of him as well. The BotCon version. Oh man, looked like that. It looked like that one. So it's the same sort of deco on that, but this is a BotCon version. So I know which one you mean now, by the Arctic colours or whatever it was. Yeah, it was based on this colours. This was the BotCon one. Yeah, this Megs is fantastic. Yeah, it's called oh, what's it called? What have I called it on the video? The video is called Reverse Convoy. It's called Reverse Convoy, and it is literally that. So it's either Megatron, or you can then there's a brilliant little gimmick, and he's got Convoy's head now, Optimus Prime's head, and it's such a great figure. Super simple, super basic, but such a great figure, isn't it? Where did you find most of them? So I was lucky enough to get the majority of them, just literally silly things like eBay. I'll be honest, eBay was the biggest thing in the early 2000s, because people were just selling things. And then what I always used to put in, if people, here we go, such a cool toy for, and I'd always just ask a question, if you got any more, is there anything else that you got to sell? And a lot of the times, and I've told this from one particular chap, and he's like, and he said to me, you sound like a collector. Me some pictures, and he had some G1 stuff and all that sort of stuff. All went down, so I just drove down to his house, and then like completely just out of the blue, just like this box is sitting here now, well, this figure's just sitting here now, you can see in shot, he just had a Bumble jumper just sitting on the corner of his unit. And obviously he knew what it was, and I knew what it was, but it was back when it wasn't worth silly amounts of money. And I was like, do you want to sell that? And he's like, yeah, if you want. And so I went there to buy some alternators, and I ended up coming back with a Bumble jumper, which is just like, now he's obviously incredibly rare. It's insane how rare he is. So I think a lot of the times, I think even welcome to Comrades. Oh wow, he's just joined as well. Thank you ever so much. Transformers the show. Which Transformer is most appropriate for David Hasselhoff to voice? David Hasselhoff to voice. David Hasselhoff could voice. Do you know what? That's a good question, isn't it? I don't know. Would it be, I don't know. He's not. You'd have to think probably Hot Rod, because Hot Rod's a bit sure of himself, a bit like that. But obviously, he doesn't last very long. He lasts like 45 minutes in a movie. He's not a main character, is he at all? Maybe him. Beachcomber, yeah. Beachcomber's pretty laid back. Maybe him. Good shout, Ben. Beachcomber. I'm going with Ben with Beachcomber, to be honest. I think for that reason. I think because he's quite laid back, isn't he? Which is good. I think definitely. Wow, thanks, Transformers the Show. I really appreciate that. That's huge. Thank you very much. He's a good pick. I agree with that completely. Sunstreaker, maybe. TF the Show is in the house. It's so nice to see. Do you know what, Princeton? I don't understand. Someone mentioned it in a comment the other day, and it's the most obvious one that they've not done. I mean, they did obviously the car for obviously Back to the Future. What G1 Transformer were you after took the longest to hunt down? That's a good question, because I just was. I'll tell you the last figure that I got. The last figure that I got to complete the collection was Finback. Not necessarily because he was the hardest to hunt down, but because, well, he wasn't released in the UK for a start, so that's something. And Runabout looks like Kit anyway. So Finback was one of the last ones to get. The hardest, I suppose, most of the ones that weren't released in America. I mean, weren't released in the UK, so like your Counterpunch, Clones, Deluxe Insecticons, Fort Max, Blaster's cassettes. But obviously the ones that are really hard to hunt down are the Japanese ones. And I suppose Browning was my white whale for ages. Baywatch accessories and a tower to sit on. Yeah, exactly, you could do that. You know, they could definitely do that. It could be a beach buggy, couldn't it? So who would be the beach buggy? It'd be Hound again, wouldn't it? Hound could be the crossover beach. I only watched the animated movie for the first time. Really? Wow, it's such a good movie. Which one is your favourite Devi release? As in, which one's my favourite Devastator release? Do you know what? Ooh, that's a great question. I think it's the original. I think the original just wins straight over. The Tonkanator was okay, but mine was just, I was dead honest in the video, mine was so loose. I know you don't buy third-party figures, but believe me, you'll not want to miss the chance to own Mastermind Creations. I've seen that. I've seen the picture of that. I think it looks great, and I think as soon as I get, oh dear, I'm going to read that out loud just in case people wonder what I'm laughing at. Someone's literally, because we're talking about crossovers at the moment, and Ben, who drops the random comments, he's put Beast Wars Megatron retooled into Reptar from Rugrats. That's class. What was I saying then? I haven't got enough appreciation of IDW yet. I need to read them all. Reparatron. There you go, you see? Reparatron. That's even better. That's funny. That's really funny. That's the best one. But yeah, Knight Rider is a really obvious one. And then, of course, we've got Street Hawk, which could be dead easy. Street Hawk could be dead easy. Airwolf could be dead easy because it's a helicopter. Street Hawk's obviously a motorbike. Fall Guy's just a monster truck. Simple. That'd be dead easy. What else? Let's just think. 18 van. Why have we not got an 18 van? We should have an 18 van. There should be an 18 van, definitely. I'll tell you what, and here's one that might be interesting. How do you reckon they could do a Johnny 5? They should do a short circuit. That would be interesting because it's already a robot. I wonder what they could transform it into. That would be interesting. Short circuit. A monster truck in Velocitron would be neat. Yeah, they should do Star Trek. I think that I just can't see that happening. It would be very cool. But saying that, they did Star Wars, didn't they? So who knows? No idea. Yep, they are. They're fantastic. What's your favourite Triggerbot or Triggercon? I love Johnny 5. Blue Thundercracker. Yes, okay, what's my favourite Triggerbot? My favourite Triggerbot is Crankcase. I love Crankcase. I think he's fantastic. He really is great. I just love my G1 figures, but my mother got rid of them when I went to the Navy in 1990. I did something, I sold all mine in 1992 on a school fete to buy Arnold Schwarzenegger videos. And then I've just been buying them all back ever since, which is crazy. Short Circuit would be a good guess, as he's tracks, military type vehicle, even a tank to rival a G1 Megatron. 80s car combining. Yep, Airwolf. Yeah, Ben, I agree. Also, hello. Oh, hello, Xander. I'm sorry, I can't. Zversish. I hope I probably spelled that right. I said that wrong. Apologies if I do, but thanks you. Thanks for jumping in. I'm trying to think of some other crossovers, actually, thinking of all the great things we used to watch in the 80s. Navy, I was a stoker until 2013. There you go. All of you get accommodated in the chat. It's nice. It's nice that you're all doing that. That's the point of this. That's the beauty of this. And I've said this for yonks and yonks and yonks. That's the beauty of this whole community. Wolf Arachnid. Oh, of course, yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle van would be good. You could even have the Simpsons car, couldn't you? That big purple, pinky Cadillac thing. That would be good. Override. Trigger bot, you mean, instead of sugar. Override's a good one. That's 18 van. Ultra Marcus is back in as well. Fantastic. Retook. I wonder how G1 Triptychon's battle base form and city form would look like if they fit into DTOV. If you want to check that out, 1984, check out, oh, what's his name? Goddard Walter. Goddard Walter on Facebook. He is the Triptychon man. He's got about, I don't know, 200 different ones, and he's got all of his in glass cabinets. So check out Goddard Walter for Triptychon, or type in Goddard Walter TF source interview and you'll see all of his Triptychons, so you can see what his looks like in D12 cabinets. But I don't think they fit in normal ones, to be fair. Sarbog, Sarbog's bulkhead, yes, that would be good. This is an awesome idea, Ben. Everyone's jumping on it now. It's ace. I didn't even think of him. So, okay, then if we're going random, then you could have, what was it, Draculus? He could be Count Duckula. You could have Count Duckula, the cartoon. I don't know if that's worldwide, but it was definitely something in the UK. Count Duckula could be Draculus. There you go, there's one for you. Yes, there is. I've already seen that. I've already seen the Turtles van. The Turtles van Transformer. That's funny. For anybody who's joining the chat now, because I can see the numbers coming up, we are talking random crossovers and the ideas behind them. Starbug from Red Dwarf, that would be great. I remember Count Duckula, good time. See, there you go. Count Duckula could be Draculus. That would be amazing. Count Duckula could be Draculus. What else? I don't know, there's too much. Mad Max crossover, the New Junkians. The New Junkians are amazing. Mad Max would be brilliant, yes. I'm thinking of random cartoons now, like Bucky O'Hare and stuff, if you could do anything like that. Bulkhead as Nanny from Count Duckula. That's so true. That's brilliant. Thunder in Paradise with Hulk Hogan. My spelling is poor. The red Omnibot as the Thunderhawk. Ultra Marcus, you must have some funny idea. That's brilliant. Nanny as Bulkhead. It would be fantastic. So who would Igor be? Who would Igor be? Oh, Danger Mouse. You could have a Danger Mouse. Could be a core class figure. And then Baron von Greenback could be something huge. Captain Simon and the Space Monkeys. Bucky O'Hare's class. What about Jason the Wheeled Warriors? They already had the transforming vehicles anyhow, so they could have something along the lines of that. The Wheeled Warriors was amazing. That was so good. Angry Matter, Scraphook. He does look very good. Yeah, you've already said that, buddy. Loads of people. I haven't put any of my Megatrons up in a display yet. Not had a chance to. I've just realised how far behind the stream is because I'm watching myself here as the questions come up. Have you ever collected anything else? That's a great question. And what I did used to collect pre-Transformers, I used to collect Star Wars, believe it or not. But the main reason I collected Star Wars was for just to basically buy and sell. I think I did manage to collect them all, including the last 17. Ultra Marcus, the Master of Stop Motion, there he is. Starcom, yes. Yeah, I used to collect Star Wars, and if I'd collect anything else now, if I didn't collect Transformers, it would probably be Lego, because there's just too many cool sets out. Too many cool sets out, but I'm lucky that I'm quite... Starfleet was amazing. I'm just very focused on Transformers, so even though I appreciate Marvel, I appreciate Star Wars, I appreciate Lego, everything else, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, they've just released some Dungeons and Dragons films. Now that's my childhood straight away, and I appreciate that. So Justin's on, there you go, lovely. I'm glad you're in. No worries, mate. I hope you're okay as well. Just stay in the chat. What was I saying? I can't even think now. Oh, it's gone. Yeah, that's it, just collecting Transformers, because there's too many other things out there. And I mean, look, I've got a room full already. It's crazy. I collect some inappropriate things, also everything Hoff related. That's ace. Why the Hoff then? What's the Hoff? Why is he such a big deal to you? That's an interesting thing to like. Speaking of doing Megatron, oh, here we go. I have that effect on people. Ha, good, yes you do. Missed one. How about Mask? Of course, Mask. Smarty's in. Smarty, we missed you last time. Smarty's in this time, which is great. That's good to know. Thanks for having you in, Smarty. We're currently discussing opportunities for crossovers, to be honest, and we're having some really fun talking about it, and I'm trying to keep anybody who obviously can't see the chat if they're watching this back later with what's going on. Long day. Did you hear about the Dungeons & Dragons? I haven't heard about the Lego set, but I've just seen the Hasbro sets. But now I'm going to find out straight after this exactly what the Lego set is. Yes, the Thunderhawk from Mask, that'd be great as well. Thunderhawk would be good. What else did we used to watch when we were kids, coming home from school, that they could do a crossover with? Or even, I'm trying to think. I don't even, there's just so many things. So many cool things. As I say, we've covered all the main big ones, all the big 80s stuff, as I say. And they could easily do it. They could easily do an Airwolf, easily do a Street Hawk. Transformers and Star Trek has had crossovers, haven't they? I don't know if they've had Star Trek. I'm not sure. Lego Optimus, oldest once for Christmas. I might be getting that. Right, here we go. It's going too fast. It's going too fast. Who's getting the new Indy figure? What's the new Indy figure? Is it Indiana Jones? Angelic was a robot in Rugrats once. It was actually... It doesn't matter. Cosmos's Dusty Bin would be great. What figure could be Grot Bags? Grot Bags could be ace. I thought Frankenstein would be cool, but then I remembered Autobot Spike, and now I want a figure of him. That's good. Trek Transformers comic. Well, seems like an easy crossover. We're still waiting on that Knight Rider. Yes, we are. We've mentioned that. Terrorhawks would be good. I remember Terrorhawks. I nearly said Zoids, but we've obviously already got Zoids. What did Phil want to know? Phil, what's that question? What's that figure that you're on about? They're doing Indiana Jones figures. Didn't even know. Excuse me. Skull Cruncher for Grot Bags. Good shout. Good shout. If we hadn't already got him out, it's got to be G2 Megs because he's got the green pants or the green tights. Only Grot Bags had the green and black tights, didn't they? And I'm very tall. I guess it's a comment. Just flicked to Knight Rider in the show. That's brilliant. I love it. That's a great reason to like Knight Rider. Big Bird from Sesame Street. Big Bird from Sesame Street could be Skylinks. Big Bird from Sesame Street could be Skylinks, especially the new Earthrise one. Just paint him yellow. Realist Kennedy. There have been Zoids. I don't think there's been crossovers, but the Zoids obviously out already. Mad Max would be a bit rated. Transmutate as Boney from Trapdoor. Yes, that's true. Ben, you're off on one today again. Ben, you're absolutely nuts. Transformers X, Super Mario Nation. Yes, that would be good. That would be really good. Okay. MB, I understood. Sesame Street would be amazing. Oscar the Grouch as Megatron. Yep. Skywarp as Burke. There was an obscure one called Pole Position with a red and blue car. Yes, there was. And they had a Milky Way advert about that as well. A red car and the blue car had a race, which was funny. That was funny as well, but I mind Skylinks for Big Bird would be the best. Come on, that's got to be a good idea. Ghostbusters, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man could be Bulkhead. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man could be Bulkhead as well, quite easily. The animated one, because it's round, isn't it? I've got that somewhere here. So Stay Puft Marshmallow Man could be the animated round Bulkhead, for obvious reasons. Darkman is saying, come on, Russ, we want the whole of the Milky Way song. You all know it. He ate everything he sees, from trucks to prickly trees, but smart old Bluey took the Milky Way. That one. I don't know what you're talking about, Kath. Not a clue. Not a clue what you're talking about. What else have we got then? What else have we got? Let's other random things. Who could Bert and Ernie be? Bert and Ernie could be... we've already got a use of cup. We've already got a use of cups mould again. Actually, what was everybody else's use? Their cup mould like? Mine was really loose, unfortunately. Bumblebee transforms into Kermit. There's a guy who converts Ghostbusters Transformers. I think he did. Oh, there you go. If you did that already, then we're obviously on the same wavelength. What was everybody else's version of this like then? Because mine's loose. What do you want figures you don't have with this box? What G1 figures would you mean the box that it came with? Bumble Jumper's just dumped in. The Batmobile, Michael, if you ever have a look at Boss, in fact, I'll show you a picture of him from this. Now, if this isn't a Batmobile rip-off, then I don't know what is. This is definitely the Michael Keaton Batmobile anyway, shall we say. But in blue. That is Boss there. And I've done a video on it. And that is the definite. You can see it. It'll zoom in. There you go. So the Batmobile's pretty much, if you haven't seen that, just go to the video Boss on this channel and you can check it out because I've done a video on him. You can get Milky Ways and packs of 3s now anyway. The shins on my Orion packs are a tiny bit loose, but all the paint on him and the Alpha Trine is spot on. My paint's fine, everything's fine. Yes, he is, that's it. Cool, forgot about him. Yeah, he's definitely only in loose complete, but without the box. There's a few actually. Lionel, there's quite a few. I've not got every single figure boxed just yet. The Prime, but yes, he does. Yes, he does as well. In the future, obviously, that's another goal. I was going to do that, but then I thought I want to finish the. I wanted to finish the G1. I wanted to get all the Japanese first, so I stopped buying the boxed G1 figures and started to go for the Japanese ones. D'Artagnan, yeah, Three Musketeers. Well, Three Musker Hounds, as they were called, because it's D'Artagnan. So that's obviously important. And I still know the song to that. Was like, oh, you've all forgot Teddy Ruxpin. Teddy Ruxpin, Teddy Ruxpin. How can you forget poor old Teddy Ruxpin? He could be a good crossover. Okay, if people are tuning in now, they must be thinking, what on earth is going on? Because I'm talking about Teddy Ruxpin. I don't even know if he made it across the rest of the world, did he? He must have. Teddy Ruxpin must have been worldwide. Did we do? No, we didn't do Button Moon. Why have we not done Button Moon, Ultramar? Because that's a great point. How have we not done Button Moon? This is ridiculous. There's a bunch of 40-something-year-olds sitting here talking out about everything. Yeah, we've done Trapdoor. Dragon Mode Beast, make to make like Dragon. Yes, he could. Former chosen to be Daniel Nichols transforming into a cat. That's funny. Mr. Bean crossover. Mr. Bean is still very, very popular, isn't it? Teddy oh, you had Teddy Ruxpin in the States. That's good. Button Moon. Teddy was out in the States too. Saw Button Moon. It's the only thing that beats No, Kath. Button Moon does not beat Transformers. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one. Excuse me. Right. Teddy Ruxpin is bound for a new gimmick. Button Moon Studios. Button Moon Studios. Bumblebee's funny. Banana Man. Eric is Banana Man, isn't he? I'm sure he is. Eric is Banana Man. I'm sure that's what it used to say. Oh, I'm just transforming Orion Pax back and he just keeps falling to pieces. And I know some of them he is supposed to fall to pieces, but it's just upsetting. It's just upsetting. Crossover, Chips, Groove. Yes, of course. Oh, of course. How do we think? I don't know if you know Devoid of Logic, but in Italy, that's actually what Groove was called. He was called Chips. MP48 is Banana Prime. I've done a video on that as well, by the way. If the Italian gig version of, as I say, was literally called Chips. Telebugs. Yeah, we always. Eric was Banana Man. Pigeon Street, of course, right? So long distance Clara could be. Who can long distance Clara be? But the trucks could be easy. The trucks could be any of the new ones. Laser Prime could be some of the trucks from Pigeon Street for long distance Clara's truck. The QC and Orion Pax is almost depressing. I haven't got one yet. I was getting. Yeah, as I say, if you've seen mine, it's not. It could be better. It could be better. It's not as bad as I thought it was. The biggest problem I have with mine, Adam, is this. It just doesn't want to stay in, no matter how often I put it in. It just pops straight out. It's a bit of annoying, to be honest. I said this before, and I think sometimes with the figures, I think some of them they just feel rushed, and I don't know why. I don't think they need to. I think, you know, there was enough hype about this figure. Everybody wanted this. Puddle Lane, yep. Everybody wanted these figures, so why have they rushed them? We didn't expect them to get them till maybe Christmas. So why did they rush them? I don't know why they rushed. Anti-TF the show. Nice to see you, Andy. Glad to have you on here. Everything is good, thank you. There's a few people in here already. There's a few people gone. It's up and down. It's constantly up and down in this chat, but I suppose it's fun. That's why we do it. We are currently discussing crossovers, but I don't think the raccoons could do Beast Wars figures. Yeah, but which ones would they be? More Transformers Jewish as well released, especially in the UK, because I don't think they will be released. I don't know. I want that Alpha Trion, but it's good. I mean, this guy's better. This guy is great. This guy, I've got no issues with him whatsoever. Nice and sturdy, nice and robust. No paint problems that people have said, I don't think. Just a cool set. It is a cool set. What's the QC? For me, for mine, he's fine. I don't know what people's issues are. If you tell me what the issues are, I'll have a quick look at mine right now. I've only ever done the video on him, to be honest. He's been on the floor since. Just Orion's the pain in the bum with the backpack. Alpha's fine. Alpha's absolutely fine. My Knockout's far more sturdy than Jack. Knockout's a brilliant figure, isn't it, Ultramarcus? It's absolutely fantastic. Knockout is such a great figure. Completely agree. He's stunning. He's really robust. He's nice. I don't know if they'll do a cape. I wouldn't put it past them. You know, they do them like they did with the Centurion droid or whatever it was, and you got that pack, or like they did with the Tricranius. They did all the blast piece. I can't see it putting them past them. Transmetal 2 Megatron is Tiamat. I don't see that. Various politicians as pretenders, and you let the rub shield to find out if they're a lie. That's true, but they'll always be liars, won't they? Dark Mane, lol. Be careful with the Ryan Pack's legs whilst transforming. My cut figure had a crack in his leg. His legs seem fine. It's just it's just the backpack for me. The backpack's the only thing on mine that just doesn't stay in. And this was, I'm trying to think what was loose on it. There was a few things that were a little loose, but nothing too bad. Actually, tell a lie, these came out a couple of times, because the feet are super loose. The feet are loose on mine. But not as bad as some of the things I've been seeing. I mean, poor old Endpup, by the looks of it, just seems to have no luck. I watched his video the other day, and yes, I had an issue with Grapple. I was one of them unlucky ones that didn't read TF Wiki first. And Inhumanize, yes, that's very true. Jamie is on as well. Lovely. More channel members. Everybody's in. Good to see you. What was I saying? Yeah, so Grapple was definitely bossed mine. Which I don't think, I mean, Trax wasn't the greatest, but I didn't have that many issues with most of my figures. I must be quite lucky, or I just didn't have them all. My Orion Pack's legs are so tight. The eyes have no paint, and his backpack doesn't tap. Well, so I've got paint on my eyes, my legs are fine, and it's just the backpack that doesn't tab on mine, so lucky with that. Politicians have similar QC problems to packs. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. There's a few things there. Then no, as I say, there's what's the other main ones? I don't know. I don't really have any. Yeah, I've read, as I say, I'm pretty sure you've seen it. I mean, obviously you as a distributor and a seller, Phil, you must suffer from it quite a bit more, because obviously people will be returning figures to you that it's not your fault. The only thing I think I had, the last Thursday purchase, 2 Encore Blackie, Okay. Okay, that's good. You carry on doing that then, Aaron. Mask isn't obvious. Yeah, that's it. We've said that, and we've said obviously. Which one's the blue? What's wrong with the blur QC? Oh, the back of the elbows. Is that what it is? Is that what we're saying? Is blur the back of the arms? They just flop about, don't they? I'm sure it's that. Swindlers. If anybody can read this chat, if anybody can read these, it's funny. Swindlers, Frank Butcher. I just wish they would bring back Mask. Yeah, it's mine's my. With regards to that, Kath, my worst one was it. I think it was the Shattered Glass blur was the worst for me, to be fair. Blur QC, yeah, my Shattered Glass, the shoulder bits. Let me see. Where is it? No, these. Yeah, this. Definitely this. Watch. There you go. Doesn't stay. It's so annoying. And it's my favourite version of him. They just don't hold in place. That's the worst one out of all mine. Kingdom Tracks was the worst. Yes, it is reverse convoy, bumble jumper. It is reverse convoy. So I'm telling a fib. So as I say, so yeah, this, but nowhere near as many as Input has. Nobody knows what most people have got, but this guy, yeah, definitely. You can't argue with the fact that that is not staying in place. I wish it would, because it's my favourite. It's my favourite version of him. It really is. I think it's beautiful. Excuse me. Yeah, that's reverse convoy, because we were looking at Megatron comparisons and seeing how big they are. I'm bummed that the Velocitron Blur doesn't have real wheels. Not cute. I think that's yeah, I think they could have done that, let's be honest. Take care. Real what? Where have we gone? Real Raw Energon, take care. Right, wait, I had that back in the 80s. No, there wasn't. Maybe it's an internet homage to G1. Did you get Veloc? Yes, I did. I got Velocitron Blur. I've got he fits together much better, but exactly like whoever's just put there in the comments, that the fact that obviously it's what's the word I'm after? The wheels on the front, it's just plastic mould, they're not actually wheels, which is a bit annoying. I'm happy enough with the Power of the Primes Orion packs from there. I need to get that figure. I think I've got it just in a box. I think I've got it loose, because I've seen it now, because loads of people commented on the video, and I've definitely not got it loose. So I'm gonna have to maybe open mine or find a loose one so I can see, because it looks fantastic. It does look very good. I've only got the Thrilling 30 Orion, which was good. Yeah. Okay. It's all right. There's just loads of comments going on in here. People are wondering why I'm all of a sudden just pausing. I wish I could mute them. What else have we got going on? Who else? What else have you got? Who else has got major issues with things and figures then? Because our tracks was obviously quite bad, and I think what they didn't help themselves with was, obviously they did release Road Rage with exactly the same issues, which isn't the greatest idea to do. That they could have avoided loads of things by doing that. Just fixing the tabs, T30 Orion and his electric guitar. Basically, yeah, he's full enough. He's just sitting up here. I'm so far behind with putting things back on shelves after doing videos and stuff. It's a bit of an embarrassment, to be honest. It's a bit, but oh yeah, what a version this guy is as well. What were the tracks issues? The tracks issues were the hips, weren't they? Everything fitting into the hips. I've managed to miss all of the previous versions of Ryan Pack, so I'm looking forward to this new set. Hopefully I'll look at, I fingers crossed for you too, Hyperlink. As I say, with mine, it's just the backpack, so it's not too bad for me. It's not too detrimental. It holds in place. It just doesn't. I don't know if you can see the tabs aren't in, so it's nothing too mega. It's not worth me even attempting to return it. My Road Rage was slightly better than Tracks, to be honest. Mine were pretty much the same. I must have looked in, but they both, and it was weird where the feet looked like they were hovering. The feet just looked like they were hovering at the bottom. The plastic changing colour is just terrible for the price of it. I agree completely. That was my first Orion as well. I was gutted. When I did Shattered Glass Starscream, I did a bot conversion of him, and and I had to look at the older one again. I've gutted, same as yourself. Mine started to go yellow all over the place. One of these days I'll get around to opening them all. You've got too many, pal. You'll never get around to opening all them. You'll have to book a week off work. To do it. Excuse me. Oh, it's cold in here. What was I saying? That's the good thing there. I can't wait to see your display when it's done. We'll do a special Toys R Us live from your house where we can show off your collection as well. That'd be a good idea. Have to go. Have a great night, Russ. Thank you ever so much for dropping in, and once again, so nice of you. Really, really, yeah, thank you very much, Princeton. Huge appreciation, mate. Thank you. There you go, Adam. That's what we'll do. Definitely a week off work to open TF Toy. Sounds like that's a perfect vacation. That's how, honestly, Hyperlink, that's how long he'd take. He'd take him forever because he's got so many. He has got loads. Loads and loads and loads. Not just new ones, old ones as well. He's sorting out a whole display room, so it's going to be phenomenal when he's done. The yellowing and discoloration is just unacceptable in this day and age. Completely agree. It's, again, I'm crossing my fingers because I'm looking at my Jetfire, my Siege Jetfire up there, and it's still white. But obviously my original Jetfire, that's a different story. And the annoying thing about my original Jetfire is that it's just been sat on a shelf in a dark room, which is this is, and he's still gone yellow, and the shoulder popped out as well. I know I can fix it, but I'd like to do an Easter egg hunt, but with Transformers. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. But you'd have to, how would you, it depends on the size of them, doesn't it? If you imagine trying to hide a few Fort Maxes, that'd be a bit interesting. My shattered glass Starscream is starting to go. It's got no. Not at the moment, Hyperlink. I think Siege Jetfire at the moment seems to be okay. Everybody's panicking though because everything else, like your shattered glass Starscream, even I believe some of the joints in Motormaster are starting to go a bit yellow already. Sorted the window, putting a perfect fit blind on it to help avoid too much light coming in. That's great. Are you worried about HasLab Star Saber going yellow? My Siege. Oh, it's yours. Oh, there you go. So that's the first. That's the first report I've heard of that, Ben. I've heard people are panicking about it, but not that they're actually yellowing just yet, shall we say. Didn't know about that. My biggest complaint recently was Kingdom Pterosaur arrived missing a pin in his right shoulder. Starscream must be a chain smoker. I didn't get that one, to be honest, but that's not good at all, is it? To be honest, I got a broken Motormaster, but I don't know how but that was factory sort of error. It wasn't like a QC issue. It was an actual snappage on it, so that's no good. I've got no natural light in my basement, and I've got no yellowing yet. That's good then. That's good to know. I don't think it's anything to do with lights. I'm sure somebody was telling me, or I was reading, that it's all to do with the properties that are in the plastic, and that's just how they're made. So I think that's what they were saying. I don't think it's anything to do with daylight, lightning or anything, because I'm sure somebody stored one away, etc. And some examples of mint in seal box items of things they've opened and they've still been yellowed or whatever like that. But it's strange because I suppose, again, maybe I'm lucky, my G1 Star Sabres are still pretty white at the moment. And of course there's ways you can, yeah, that's it, oxidizes. The best way I suppose I can describe it is if you bite into an apple and you put that apple on the side and you go back to it after about half an hour or something, obviously it's all been brown, and that's just because obviously they've got different properties, and that's basically what oxidization is. But obviously with plastic it takes a lot longer. There's too many going on, and all my stuff in normal light for certain figures, yes, some like general fadings over time. Hasbro, I've investigated the chemistry of plastic compound to try and fix it. It's not the light. Yeah, it's something inside. It's something to do. It's got to be something to do with oxidization. As I say, if you think about an apple, but obviously an apple's something that degrades much faster than obviously what plastic does, and what that does. I suppose fruit in general, to be fair, but apple's brilliant because you bite into it, 30 seconds later it's all brown around where you bit. So that's a good example of oxidization, to be honest. There we go. We are talking sensible stuff for a change, not just jokey things, but jokey things are fun. Jokey things are fun. What else should we talk about? So everybody keeps telling me I need to read IDW. Which is the best IDWs that I need to read? Let me know. Windowless boxes, yeah, there you go. You can get museum lighting strips that have no UV in it if you're worried. That's a good idea. So yeah, kind of like GPS but quicker. I suppose so, yeah. GPS just falls apart. The white box that surrounds Artfire's head has also... I've not checked my Artfire. My Artfire's up there. I'm panicking now whether to do that. I don't want to do that now. Just in case. Didn't think of him. Wrecker's IDW books are good. I think there's 3 to get. Now I've got, as I say, I've got the Hachette part works, so I'm pretty sure it'll be inside them, to be honest. It's the fire retardant chemicals added to the plastic that causes the discoloration issues. I love the IDW Wreckers saga. I need to read these then, definitely, by the sounds of it. MTE is my IDW to go to. It's got to be more than Meets the Eye, of course it is. I was thinking, what's that? Masters of the Universe? No, but it's not, it's got to be. I've not read any of them. I've not read any IDW yet, but I've got them all over there. I've got, as I say, all the Hachette part works, so I'm going to read them. I'm going to definitely get around to doing it. Because I'm on issue 206 of the normal G1 comics yet at the moment, so there's only another 100 or so of them to go, and then we get to your famous issue, Ed, where Ed, for anybody who doesn't really know, and whoever's in the chat, Ed Bumblejumper is famous. He got his letter and his picture printed in the UK comic years ago, so I'll get around to his issue soon and show it off. This is why you keep figures in their boxes, people. It's not like they were made for playing with a display, and there you go. It's funny. I've been reading them on Comixology the last few months. Have there been any Knight Rider comics? don't know. Off hobbies, that's a good... You'd like to think there must have been. There's got to have been. Got to have been. Most of my favourite IDW was at the beginning with Simon Furman writing, but then it just got a bit confusing after that. I need to have a look then, as I say. I only know Simon Furman from the UK ones, so that'll be interesting to catch up with all his. Last issue never sent me a free to... We need to complain. I'd start at the beginning of the 2005 IDW Phase 1 and go for work there. Do the Hatchet works in order, and you'll finish the Marvel, go through Dreamwave, and then onto IDW. That is what I will. That's what I'm intending to do, and I'm intending on taking everybody with the channel with it as well, because that's the order that it's in. So, but Generation 2's on at the very end, isn't it? Hatchet. Generation 2's books 80 to 100. So, I suppose I'll have to wait if I want to read Generation 2. But I suppose I can anyway. Same as the Shattered Glass. I brought all them and I've not read a single one of them. And they did that Secrets and Lies and whatever it was. I haven't read them yet either, because people said you need to have read the other one, so I don't want to confuse myself. I'll have heard. Should do. Next thing you were at. The Last Spot Standing was a bit poop though. Didn't read it. Saw the covers, you know, told people when it was out, etc. But that's about it. Simon's in as well now. Wait, Simon's in. Someone else has just popped up. I wonder how he knew I was on. Who was your favourite Transformer in your collection? Great question. Great question. And it's always going to be Scorponok, because I love Scorponok. He's so good. Regeneration 1 is very good. Regeneration 1 by Simon was pretty cool. Everybody's saying hello to Transformers UK Collector now, which is great, who's also known as Simon. That's his Instagram if anybody wants to check him out as well. I think I've always had a thing for Scorponok. It's just best memories of a kid. Yes, I was lucky enough to have Optimus Prime, etc. But Scorponok for me, that was the first time, you know, base, Scorpion, robot, huge robot. So I love him. He's always going to be my favourite one. And of course Black Zarek now, because it's the same. Dreamwave, TF Comics have a special place in my heart. Black Zarek is better than Scorponok. Yes, definitely agree with you, Lionel. Definitely agree with you. But the only problem is I cannot play with the Generation 1 Black Zarek. He's in robot mode and that's the way he's staying. Whereas I can still play with Scorponok. And in fact, I've got one which I gave my son not so long ago, to be fair. And we pretty much play with that quite a lot, to be honest. It's great. He can do it himself. He's made like a few different modes with him, actually. I should video doing that. He's put him on like a crawling mode. It's really good, actually. I should get some pictures of it and put it up. He's made a completely new mode all off his own back. Yeah, that's it. Oh, it's a prequel, is it? Damn. Yeah, because there's Secrets and Lies as well. I've not read it. I've got them. I brought them because everybody made a big song and dance about them, but I didn't buy them. I didn't read them. There was a kid I knew who had Scorponok back in the 80s. I was so jealous. It wasn't me, but I definitely had one. As I say, I definitely had one. It's that. As I say, even though I remember Optimus and Megatron, my clearest memories are Scorponok and Darkwing and Dreadwind. Here's one. What figure? Here we go. Oh, it's coming too fast. What figure is your favourite that you didn't have as a kid but got when you started collecting again? Devastator. Devastator straight away. Devastator, 100%. Always wanted a Devastator. Thought he was great, even though he's not even much bigger than that, is he? He's tiny. He's about the size of a Voyager class Generation Select. He's tiny. Yeah, I love Devastator. You'll have to read the editor's notes as well, or you'll miss too much. My Scorponok size. Yeah. Imagine if Scorponok G1 had the same size as Foot. That's what he should have done. I just wanted to say I hate GPS. We all hate GPS. I completely agree with that. I got Scorponok by swapping a Robocop car with a friend. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Scorponok is way better than... I love Robocop, but Scorponok is way better than a Robocop car. Was it a 6000 SUX or was it an actual Robocop car? I don't know what the Robocop cars were, but I know the 6000 SUX was off Robocop, wasn't it? I need to know what the Robocop car is. When I finally got Scorponok as an adult, it was so emotional. I've had him a few times because it's funny, I don't know what it is. I remember I brought him when I was with an ex-partner who wasn't my wife. She didn't get it. She didn't get it at all. She didn't get it at all, and yeah, she didn't like it. She didn't like it. I was like, but it's Scorponok, and she just didn't get it at all. It is whatever the toy line was. I'll buy that for $1. GPS just made me terrified. Yeah, Adam, so when you display your figures, what are you going to do with your Zarak? Is he staying in his box or what? Going back to a half hour ago, a Robocop Transformer. Yes, it would be cool. Because it could be a pretender as well, couldn't it? Because you could take out Peter Weller from inside. Or is it Paul Weller? Paul Weller's the artist, Peter Weller's the actor. Yeah, it'd have to be Peter Weller. Robocop is such a great film. They're apparently doing it again, aren't they? I've heard they're doing another version of it. I never watched the reboot because so many people told me it was awful, so I didn't bother wasting any of my time watching it. I've heard it's really, really bad, so I didn't watch it. What does everybody else think? Did they see it? There's 30 odd of you there now, so let's have a look. Because the first movie's amazing, the second one's okay. What is your son's favourite character? Oh, there you go. Well, you're going to ring me for this, but I have two, so I could risk. Well, there you go. You need one in each mode then, don't you now? What is my son's favourite character? My son's favourite character. Who does he play with the most? I don't know now you've said that. Let me try and think. Who does he play with the most? He plays with loads of them. I don't think he's got a favourite one, to be honest. I think I'm quite lucky the fact that he'll just pick up whichever one and play with them all at all. I picked up Scorpion back in the late 90s, but I never got around to finding the Zarak Headmaster. That's the beauty of the Headmaster, is the fact that you could do that, the fact that you just mix them up and put whichever ones you wanted. That's the beauty of the Headmasters. Higher toys make great 334 scales. But his favourite one, Lionel, would probably be... I don't know. I can't think, actually. I saw the retail Robocop, not as good as the original. But not bad, also not good. My son's favourite is Star Saber, but he calls him Star Saber. Yeah, he doesn't... My little boy doesn't know much about him. Do you know what? Maybe Hot Rod. Maybe Hot Rod, because... Well, he hasn't got a Hot Rod, but when we watch the movie, he loves it. He loves Hot Rod, even though he hasn't got a figure. But when we watch the movie, he does love it. He does all the words and all silly end of the road Galvatron, even though that's Rodimus, obviously. But there you go. My daughter is a Star Saber fan. She's waiting for the Hasbro version to be able to play with without restriction, which is, I think, is crazy, because you can get a cheaper Star Saber than you can the HasLab. You can get a cheaper Junker Star Saber figure. The HasLab figure is going to be 3 times more expensive, especially where you live in Ecuador. It's really cheap to get them shipped over. Yeah, and the original one's obviously really easy to transform, isn't it? So the new HasLab, I imagine, is going to be much more difficult. I want one myself first. I haven't been able to pre-order one anywhere yet. Every time I keep going onto the websites, they've already gone. Probably, yeah, to be fair, that's a good idea for him. Combiner Wars, Ironhide, the wheel kite, that's good. My lad was very Bumblebee. Focused from watching you. Oh, wow. From watching you, Bisto, and the tier of the show. He's expanded his knowledge massively and prompted him to do. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. That's good that he does that. That's great. Oh, so he should keep doing it, especially if you start off doing it young. You might as well get them all done. Adam's got 2. That's it. I'll get mine first. I can't believe you've got 2 black Zaraks as well. I'm not surprised, actually. I'm not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. Because funnily enough, I just did a video on Wild Spark, because I'm going to put that up tomorrow morning, because you had 2 of them as well, obviously. That's the beauty chance. Even Bumble Jumper said the other day, what video was it, Bumble Jumper, that you were going to buy? Was it another knockout because you liked him so much? That's the problem with dual displaying. Alpha Trion and the Rhine Pack look amazing in the background. I don't know if I missed them being showcased on this stream. My service has been awful here. I've missed a ton of it. We were just mainly discussing QC issues with him, Duke, to be honest. I seem to be quite lucky in the fact that with mine, it's just the fact that the backpack doesn't really stick in. I've got no issues with Alpha Trion, but other people have got quite a few issues with a lot of theirs. So I think that's what we were mainly discussing, to be honest. I know loads of people have ordered it. I do think it's a great set. It would have been nice if it was a bit cheaper. I was just looking around. There's Vector Sigma, because Vector Sigma's just... It's just a hollow ball. Obviously, there's nothing to it. There's literally nothing to it. It's just a hollow ball. It's a nice little bonus, obviously. The key... I did hear horror stories that someone got a key stuck in it, and then they pulled it out and it snapped the key. But I don't know why you'd want to push it that far in, to be fair. Just a little bit's all it needs to be in, and then it comes out quite easy. But otherwise, yeah, great set. I'll pop that up there. Yes, Bumble Jumper's going to get his I worry about the paint on the key to victim. Yes, it is a tight fit. Dual space expensive. I was going to do a collection with a box and everywhere. Yes, that's it. It's crazy. Earthrise was the worst for you QC wise. Seems 50 finish at the moment. Mine. Earthrise, I think, as I said, I've already discussed that I was unlucky enough that Grapple's peg snapped in the back. I can't think of whatever else there was. Whatever was there else wrong with Earthrise figures? Let me think. Who's Earthrise? I used Tweez cards to get my key back. I can't think of other Earthrise figures. Simon, what was your issues with your Earthrise figures then? Let's hear what yours were. I know that people, as I say, have had issues. Let's see what they are. I can't think. I didn't buy all Earthrise though. I was skint when Earthrise was out. That's why I've been trying to catch back up and getting at Wheeljack. What was wrong with your Wheeljack? I only just did mine. I only just brought one the other day, and he was fine for me. I was really lucky, obviously. Then I literally brought one last month and did a video on it a couple of days ago. Mine was all right. Again, maybe I'm just really lucky. Sometimes Grapple was notorious. My Wheeljack had a loose arm. You see, mine didn't have a loose arm. But yeah, my Grapple, it snapped inside it. My original Bumblebee has two-tone yellow. He was bad for me. He was very, very bad for me. My Origins Bumblebee. And it wasn't just that. It was the black all through the back. All the black lines, all the paint bleed through it was awful. And it just upset me. Because it's like, you want it for that alternate mode. But in the alternate mode, that's where all the QC issues are. The robot mode's fine, but you can have Bumblebee in robot mode a million times. But as you say, all the bleeding, all the back of it on mine was awful, absolutely awful. Really didn't like it whatsoever. I didn't have any issues with my Wheeljack, so I must be again quite lucky. Nor with the Netflix version of him, because I brought the Netflix version of him instantly, and that's why I didn't buy the normal one. Feet were floppy. You had Smoke Scream as well. Cliff Jumper, you see, this is how useless I am at the moment. I'm so far behind. There's my Cliff Jumper. Oh, that didn't sound good. Oh no, it's all right. I don't know what that is. But yeah, maybe something's loose in that. I'm still not even open mine. It's there to get ready to do a video on it. I've heard that. I didn't bother with that Origins of B. Netflix Bumblebee's good. Netflix is very good. But yeah, I don't know. I must have looked. I suppose because, as I've just said, I didn't buy many Earthrise at the time because I was skint. And honestly, that's how bad it is, Adam. Obviously, is his tank. I haven't got his tank Megatron. I'm so far behind with reviews. There's a box behind that beautiful sign that Jamie Maddox did there, full of about 30, 40 figures that I'm still behind. To the right of me, there's the rest of Legacy Wave 2. To this side of me, there's the ones that I did unboxings on the other day. Can't wait to get this out of a box because I love him, and I still haven't managed to even get him out of a box. I'm so far behind. It's nuts. Yeah, that's it. So for me, C4, that's because we were at the height of lockdown for Earthrise for me, and I was self-employed, so I wasn't buying anything. I've still got Titan's Return Orion packs in his box. It's sad they dropped the ball so badly with his tank Megs. I've not seen it. What's so bad about his tank Megs? I need to know. I need to drop down actually as well because that's killing me now. Oh, let's sit down here. Oh, there we go. That's made it worse, hasn't it? What's wrong with his tank Megs? I think RC was just a bad figure, to be fair. I must admit that punch, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Simon. I didn't know it was a QC issue. I just think it was awful. Didn't think it was a good figure at all. Useless, in fact. Bumblebee. I've still got the Titan's Return Orion packs. Oh, Titan's Return Alpha Trion. That's it. I haven't even opened that one either, to be honest. Just so far behind. So far behind. I was trying to think, because again, I watched Emput's video and he put like a huge list of all known QC issues with all of the figures, and some of them I didn't even realise they were. I mean, some of them are the really expensive ones like Siege Ironhide and all that. So I don't know who that is or what was wrong with it. Oh, I nearly just knocked that off. That's the way they can see where I am now. What else was there? Take off the backpack and Earthrise RC is fine. Agree, completely agree. His tank Megs feels cheap. It's almost hollow and the robot mode was an afterthought. It is just poor, whereas the G.I. Joe aspect as the tank seems really good. I have the 2-pack with Barricade and Punch. Still need to get them out. I got it because I wanted the Punch. I've opened that one, Michael, and the Punch is phenomenal, and it's just a lighter version of this. And this was the guy that I originally wanted ages ago, but he was just so expensive. But I did that usual trick where I find a figure that I want, and I'll put about 4 or 5 of them in my watch list, and I'll just leave them there, and if they're bids, obviously, then I get an idea of what they sell for. Or if they're buy it nows, I just watch them go round and round and round and round until somebody says, you know, price reduced, or you can have this for that, or you can have this for that, or whatever. And that's exactly what they did with that, and I got that for less than a leader class. What it costs for a leader class figure now. I got it for 50 quid, I might as well just admit it. I got it for 50 quid, but there's 3 on eBay right now for 120, so it was a no-brainer for me. As soon as I saw them put that price up, I was like, yes, I'll have that. But again, it's just persistence. It's just because I had that. This was, in fact, this is what I was talking about earlier, Bumblebee. Oh dear. That's the Titans. Let's lift this up a bit. It's the Titans. There's some special packages there as well. Still not opened them. Special packages for special unboxing days. And the one I can't wait to open should have come with both guns. I don't like how he only... Yes, completely agree. He doesn't need both guns. That what I was on about in the chat earlier as well, that I dropped something from a shelf above there and I knocked all of them over and they all managed to survive unscathed, which is ridiculous because they should have broken maybe, but they didn't. What else have I got down there? You can see I'm sorting stuff out. I'm doing an NEC toy show in a couple of weeks. In fact, 2 weeks tomorrow I'll be at the NEC in Birmingham, UK, selling some movie figures. So yes, that's where I'll be. Punch Counter Punch is a Studio Series. Love Studio Series 86 figures. Oh, I've not got that yet. I've seen it, Ben. I'll be getting mine soon, to be honest. Let's see, I've not got the new Metroplex yet either, because where's he going to go? There's nowhere for him to go there at all. Not a clue. Not a clue. No, but it knocked everything you can't see behind it, Ed. There's other figures like all along the bottom and all behind them. There's at least four or five other layers of figures, and they all dominoed down, and I was dead upset, but luckily they didn't break at all. None of them broke. Let's turn this back around here because it looks a right mess there. That's a bit better. There we go. Turn it around there. No, but Titans figures, they're so robust, aren't they? I think that's what makes them so good. I think that's why I don't mind getting them. What version of the Devastator you have there? That's the Combiner Wars. It's the Combiner Wars Titan version. I was so lucky, Michael, honestly. I was literally only discussing in a group chat before I came on here because someone knocked a figure over and I said, there's a big shelf. Like, see, there's a shelf up here. There's a shelf like that above all the Titans, above the window, and I knocked something off it, and it knocked Unicron, which, of course, took them all out. Literally all of them out on the floor here, but not one of them broke. So, well, I don't think they did. I put them all back up. I give them a good old check. I haven't transformed them all, but I'm really crossing my fingers. No, I'm not liking Tonkonator. I'm a bit disappointed with Tonkonator, to be fair. I've still got one in a box that is definitely going to be sold on. Tonkonator, for me, again, that's a QC issue. Mine just keeps falling to pieces. Everyone keeps saying that you'll have to move Devastator for Metroplex, says he's not technically a Titan. Yeah, they say that, but same as Predaking on the other side. They say that Predaking's not really a Titan, but obviously he was classed as a Titan, wasn't he? My Tonkonator just... I don't know if you saw the video where he just keeps falling apart. Unicron cannot be... No, he can't be come by floor. Unicron's revenge, exactly. Well, Phil's seen him. Phil and Simon came round and saw Unicron, and it's a small child, and it's not even a joke. It's 15 kilos. It's a small child. It's huge. It's 32 inches in planet mode. It's ridiculous. It's so big. And I feel sorry for people who desperately want another one, because I think they perhaps should reissue it, but I don't know. I mean, and with the problem you've got now is with today's prices, it'd be 1,500 quid, because they've, you know, doubled and tripled their prices on loads of things already, haven't they? So if they ever did it, it'd just be too expensive. They could do a Roald Dahl chocolate bar version of the Wonka. Yes, they could. Exactly, we did open that monster. Honestly, Michael, I will give you my honest opinion. I was so pumped. I was so excited for it. I thought this is going to be fantastic. I pre-ordered 2. I was going to do the usual boxed one and loose one. I was going to take them out and just did various displays. Yeah, that's it. It's funny. But then just when I got it out of the box, it just felt, again, I hate to say it, because I buy all Hasbro and Takara stuff, but I just think it just felt rushed. It just felt rushed. Didn't feel good at all. I've not seen one go for less than £2,000 now either, to be fair. When they first come out, they had a peak at about 4.5, because everybody just wanted one, and then all of a sudden people realised the silly amounts that people were paying for them, and they were quite happy to sell theirs. But now they seem to have stabilised off at about £2,000, which is still too much for a figure, let's be honest. It is still too much. But Tonkanet, yeah, I mean, I think he's just round that corner. I'll go and grab him. He's only here. Sorry about the kid screaming. See you in a bit, Ed. I haven't put the stickers on him yet, and I don't think I will, to be fair. I think people are going to be annoyed, because I think people want to... Well, a lot of people have made comments that they want to take the Tonka stickers off, but they're not stickers, they're tampographs. So they're actually stuck. It's actually on, so it's not as simple as just being able to pull it off, to be honest. And again, I love Devastator, so it could have been so much better, I think. I think it could have been so much better. RoboSim Prime is less than 2K, and I'd rather pay 2K for Prime than Unicron. Robo, definitely, yes. RoboSim Prime is another one that I did want, but again, it wasn't released by Hasbro in the UK, unfortunately, which is an absolute pain in the bum. That's no fun. Which is weird, because we've got Hasbro Pulse now, so why are they still not giving us everything? Not that I can afford it anyway. I have won a box Minerva list. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's great. It wasn't worth the time you spent building him in these. It took ages to build him. It really took me ages. I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a video to show people how bad it is trying to put it together. And that's why I did it. And because I wanted people to see that the problems that they could experience. And I think I do that with every video. Every video, if something happens to me, I'll say like that. Oh, in fact, what am I talking about? Of course, the Earthrise set. That's stupid. What is it? The Quintesson head. I couldn't get that in. I had to Google what was wrong with that. I think every single person had a problem with that, didn't they? Heavy Metal War reference had to. Ah, yeah, there you go. Yeah. That was horrendous, wasn't it? The Quintesson. What was it called? It wasn't the Pit of Judgment. That was a special set. He's cheaper than that now, though. He's gone down already. Generations of Metroplex. He's gone down quite a bit. And I think they will. I think they're going to go down quite a lot, to be honest. I can see them coming down quite a bit already. I went into Smith's. I did a short earlier, funny enough, and they've still got the Ark in there. They've still got the Ark. They've still got the Jurassic Park set. And I will wait. I'll get a Metroplex because I'm one of these idiots who has to buy everything. But I'll wait for it to be reduced to get it fully because I'm interested by it. I do like it. Not the Pit of Judgment. That was the really posh, expensive set. Just the normal Quintesson, whatever it was. Yes, UK collector. It is without a doubt. It's this or Black Zarek for my figure of the year because it's so good. It really is. I mean, anybody who's in the chat now, let me know or let Simon know what you think of Motormaster. It's so, there you are, all-time greats. Kath said it, Ultramark say it, Phil will say it. All I'd suggest, Simon, Don't bother watching the reviews. I put the transformation process videos up separately. Watch the engineering detail in it. It's on a different level. It's just so clever. It's so intricate. Like all these little bits that fold and pop out when you get him from the just getting it from, what is it? Yeah, robot into the chest piece is crazy. Ooh, it's crazy. Some new figures there. Let's put a few up. There we go. What's this? Motormaster is a stunner. Lots of fun transforming back and forth. What Motormaster? I've got 2 limbs so far. I've got 2 limbs. Yeah, come around and see. Honestly, he's stunning. He's so good. He's that good. Is not as good. Just not. Cyclonus good is good. Cyclonus is very, very, very good. Very good. I agree with that. I've still hyperlink. Look, this is how useless I am. I still need to do that. I still haven't unboxed Wild Rider yet. Hopefully I'll get him done tomorrow. I appreciate everyone's frustrations with Breakdown, to be fair. I don't understand why they couldn't have just maybe got permission from Lamborghini or just done a different bonnet instead of just, as you say, using Wild Rider. I appreciate everybody's frustrations with that, to be honest. I don't know why they did that themselves. They could have, I don't know. I can't answer for that. Obviously, I don't know why they did it. I wish they had, because everybody would be really pleased, wouldn't they? Everybody would be really pleased and they'd be happy that they're getting a Breakdown. But I think, obviously, because it's 2 months and Smiths are still selling him at 122 euros. Is that for Motormaster? I think that's because yeah, but they have Sideswipe and Sunstreaker, so exactly, you'd think my Cartoon Select Cyclonus is loose all over and he just flaps. Haven't got mine yet, to be honest. Oh no, not Cartoon. Oh, Cartoon Selects. You mean Toy Selects? Toy version Selects is the Cyclonus, isn't it? Or is that mine's coming in the post in a couple of weeks, I believe, so that's something to look forward to. Yeah, I mean Motormaster. I cannot see Motormaster going down. Someone asked me a question on that on my channel. I can see the Titan going reduced. I can see the deluxe figures getting reduced. I cannot see Motormaster getting reduced because he's just so popular. Yeah, we meant Toy. I can live with Breakdown. At least he wasn't a Sideswipe repaint. It does need the protector bots. I know they always do Bruticus, don't they? I want a Liokazer. Come on, let's have a proper. It's not that awful one I've got up there from Titan's Return. That's just the Sky Rain repaint. We want a real Liokazer, or we want a real one of these. That's what we really want. We want a really one of these. Whether it's the teeny ones or not, I don't know. That's what we really want. We want a really one of these. Because that's what it's about. These little guys. Can he be seen there? Or is that too high? Liokazer. Masterpiece. Yeah, that'd be good. Oh, I'm going to have to get this seat again. I really need to get like an office chair or something. Star Convoy. Star Convoy would be good. Legacy Dino King for sure. Dino King got to be done. I think we're going to get a Dino King because they're doing Dino bots. Everyone's saying Monstructor, but I don't think it'd be Monstructor because the Monstructors weren't dinosaurs. Is a licensed Lamborghini, so I'm not sure why they couldn't use a similar there. Of course, there you go. I think, yeah, as I say, Monstructor obviously is, I know it's the same inner bots, but when it comes to the actual things, I think it's different. Oh, Ed, we've got the same, buddy, so you take care. It's just jumping right up now. Here we go. I want to see Computer and Abominus. These rarely get redone, even in third party. Abominus is unique toys and Computer and I just Quantum, I think. Landcross, I've always said I'd love to see a Landcross, actually, to be fair. Computer would be good. It hurts, especially considering Rodimus was almost around. Good luck, Ed. Here we go. It's going too fast. I think the problem with that, Connor, is Rodimus wasn't received as well. Rodimus was just... People liked Rodimus, but people already had issues straight away with Rodimus. People weren't happy with the fact of the most of the money was the trailer and all that, and the trailer didn't really do nothing. So look at, you need a cushion? Yeah, I do need a lazy one, then you can be comfortable and turn around. I do need something like that. But again, this is just me sitting on my floor talking about toys, so it's easy. The core class Dinobots, there'll be Dino repaint. I want a camshaft update. I like Titan size convoy. Yep, the original was always Titan. Tiny hot rods. It was. It's huge. I've done the original one on that. It's massive. It is the original Star Convoy. If I was to put him there now, he'd tower over all of them. He's huge. He's absolutely massive. But yeah, Connor, I'm sorry I can't see him reducing Motormaster because he's too popular. I think that's the problem. I think Rodimus isn't popular. Did you see that guy? There was a guy on Facebook in America. He bought 4 of them because he got them for $15 each. It's all on Facebook right now. He bought $15 each. Deluxe Clash. Yes, we need a decent Shockwave. This one for core Simon is brilliant. This one is brilliant. Honestly, he's only Diddy, but the light's rubbish here. He's brilliant. Right, what's all this? I'm falling behind again. Yeah, if it was Monstructor, they would have to make all the Pretender monsters different. Yeah, that's it. That's why I don't think it's Pretender. That's why I don't think it's Monstructor, because Monstructor's monsters, whereas Dino King's dinosaurs, and they're doing it already. And let's be honest. So if we're looking at it already, so we've got Dino King. Oh no, this is the inner bots, isn't it? So obviously we've got. The boxes there, so we've already got them. There's a Triceratops, there's a Brontosaurus, which is of course Slug and Sludge. There's a Tyrannosaurus, which is Grimlock. There's a mini one, which will be obviously Slash, the one that we're missing out. There's a Stegosaurus. There's all of them, so it's got to be Dino King. The only problem is it's going to be core class, and I suppose at least it's a start, isn't it? At least it's a start. Sludge with them huge legs either side would be interesting. Yeah, Rodimus went right down. Rodimus is going to go right down. He's just not selling. Nobody wants him. He's got a grumpy face. That's the biggest complaint everybody said about him straight away. He had a grumpy face. Core class Shockwave. What about the core class? I want the core class Sound Blaster. That's a brilliant idea as well. Again, dead easy. Just paint him black. And then you get a core class Sound Blaster. But did you notice that Beingmac kept calling the cassette Sludge? And I'm sure he meant Buzzsaw. And on the live stream, he kept saying Sludge, didn't he, for the cassette, but obviously he means Buzzsaw. These are just so cool. So I think Sound Blaster for him will be brilliant. Sound Blaster for him will be brilliant. He meant business. Yeah, it's all right. Rodimus is a cool figure. It is a cool figure, but it didn't take. Its reception wasn't very big. It didn't do very well, did it? And again, I appreciate people's frustrations because they really want to buy Motormaster, and I appreciate he's very expensive. Yep, I'm terrible for it. Clamp down to under 18 quid and Smiths, too many swipes. Probably, yeah. Somebody else commented on my video earlier that they just, all they want is clamp down. They can't get him anywhere in the States. And Cosmos is still like gold dust, but I filmed earlier 20 Cosmoses in my Smiths alone. It'd be good to have the combiner parts attached on the dinosaur modes like they do in the Dinoforce potentials. That would be good as well. That'd be very good. Yeah, there's 20 Cosmoses at the moment just in my store, my local store, never mind the rest of the country, which is crazy. I don't understand why there's so many there. You'd think they'd be able to distribute it better than what they're doing. Exeter Smith says 9. That's what I mean. Why have we got so many? And there was me panicking. Because my initial first one, I got somebody to get me from America, and I got somebody to order it me from America because I thought, I'm never going to be able to get hold of one of these. And they're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. Plymouth has none. But you see, all you can do is just go, you can get them sent to you. Wow, did not see any Cosmos in my Smiths. The thing is, you can order them online and you can have them delivered still. You can still get them delivered online, Cosmos, in the UK. They're everywhere. It's nuts. But I've not seen any of the new ones yet. I've not seen Crasher, Shadow Strip, or the others. I keep going to check, but I've not seen them yet. I imagine that they'll just appear one day as well. Like Galaxy Shuttle, I've got to get Galaxy Shuttle as well. When our Smiths are out of Cosmos, we just get another ton of them in. The nearest Smiths to me must be about 40. Really? Is that far away, Adam? Must be, I don't know. I'm only in Telford, and Telford's just a small little town, really. It's not even a city. And we've got one. So we must be quite lucky. Really lucky, obviously. Chat's getting bigger now. The rest of the world's waking up and coming in. Hello, everybody who's just joining. Thanks for jumping in, obviously. Make yourself at home. Get acquainted in the chat. There's a few of you there already, which is good. We're talking, I don't know, we're talking about everything, I suppose. At the moment, we're just talking about why there's so many Cosmoses in the UK and nowhere else. So can anybody see any more price hikes? Phil, do you know if there's any more price hikes? Lift Ticket and D2 Guard are not selling an entertainer. Windless Box is not helping. Lift Ticket and D2. Lift Ticket I've got. D2 Guard I haven't got yet. But I really want that Trailbreaker. I want the blue one. That's DK3, isn't it? That's the one I really want. Oh, there you go. Typical. There's always the way. Dum 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 loads. But if you want anything from Smiths, tell me. Adam, if you want anything from Smiths, tell me, because it's 2 minutes up my road. And I tell everybody that, especially channel members. Any channel members, you want me to get you anything, I'll send it to you at cost. That's the perk of being a channel member. And Duke Nukem, if you're in the chat right now, you are from the good old US of A. You can obviously jump in and let me know, just confirm what I've just said. I've sent out, I think I've sent out 6 Cosmoses to America now, something like that. Medallions. No, I'm not getting the medallions. I wasn't interested in them. I'll get Shuki, Simon, if you want to see Shuki. Yeah, Shuki's good. I like Shuki. I do like him. And again, I know Adam's going to say that the Moon Studios ones are better. He's probably right, to be fair, but I do just like him. Oh, of course there will. Yeah, there probably will be another price hike for Evolution. I'm just biased because I like the train bots, but I'm sure the same if I had Moon Studios, would it be the same? I agree with you that they do look, well, they definitely look bigger. I told you that the third one annoyed me with the fold-out thing on his things. Yes, I did get some stamps. They're up there. Funny enough, I got sent them as a gift, which was very, very nice. Big Matt sent me them as a gift, which is super nice of him. Entertainment, yes, Entertainer's still selling them. There you go, see? If anybody wants, join the membership, I'll send them out to you. I have no issue doing that whatsoever. The reason why I just say join the membership is obviously it's just going to take me whatever fuel to go get it there and back, etc., and then I can post it out to you. Does the Masterpiece trains have die-cast metal? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. There's I'm trying to work out where it all is. It's on some of the panels that the die-cast is, and it's really weighty. It's really weighty. What's this? I got some of those stamps too. They're neat. I just need to find a good way to display them. The problem with this is I'm just going to, as soon as all of them are available, he's just going to go into Raiden mode, to be honest, and he's just going to stay in Raiden mode. Oh no, I've dropped his shield now, because that's all I'm pretty much bothered about, to be honest. The Raiden. Right, what else are we looking at? It is good. It's a good figure. Slots over. I like the way they've used the shield as well. The chest piece is a shield as well, to be fair. But yeah, you know, everyone's saying the Moon Studios is better, so I can't argue with that because I don't own them, so I can't say. It's not yellowing. It is a cream colour. Shuki is cream. He's not bright white. He is a cream colour. He's supposed to be like creamy. The light's probably not the greatest, but he is a cream. It's not bright white. To be honest, that's exactly how Big Moon Studios one will go. He's going to stay in. Yeah, exactly. He's just going to stay in it. Oh, I've just knocked the back off now as well. I need to stop playing with these toys and just leave them on display. There we go. Oh, yeah. I worry about Shuki's feet scraping against the floor. No, they're fine. There's nothing. Oh yeah, because it's the side panels there, isn't it? Yeah, it could be. Again, I'm lucky. Well, I suppose this is the only time being on carpet is an advantage. So all of mine's are on carpet, but he is on a wooden shelf, so it's not too bad. It's not as if he's being scratched up everywhere there, so it's not too bad. Stop playing with these toys. I need to stop playing with them because I keep dropping stuff on them. That's the thing. Unless I start doing with third party what I do with G1 and get a second one. I must be mad. Must be mad. More money than sense. That's what they say to us. That's what they say about us. But again, don't drink, don't smoke. This is my, for want of a silly, what's that? People call it a plastic crack habit, don't they? Which is a bit over the top, but it's true. I've heard people say that. I went down a rabbit hole a few nights back looking at third-party upgrades for different figures. I filled up a cartload of components. It was like, and exactly, that's it. Where do you stop? Where do you draw the line? The upgrade kits, Matrix ones, Shockwave Labs, all the upgrade kits look phenomenal. They look fantastic. That's why I highlight them every time. I highlight them on all my channels, on my videos, not my channels, all my videos on my channel. That sounds better. I say how good they look. But the problem is, if I buy one, then I'll have to get them all. Like, because the Matrix ones for the Dinobots from the Studio Series 86 Dinobots are fantastic, but the problem is you get one, that's it. And is it Matrix, or I think it's Matrix who do the Scorponok and the Black Zarek ones, which makes them taller and gives them the extra gun and gives them all that. It's fantastic, but again, where do you stop? You just keep buying them all. You just keep buying it, and you always go from one, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. The Menasor upgrade kit, no, because exactly the reason which you've just said. I love it. I think it's amazing. The one that where the sword splits into 4 swords is fantastic. I think it's great. It's that's it. That's it. That's the best thing to do. Great big splurges is the best thing to do. Say that's what I used to do before I did this channel. That's exactly how I would do it, because I would save up a load of money. Leader class comic universe. They might do. Who knows? What I used to do is I'd save up money throughout the year, and then I'd buy things from America via Neil Rockman and all that sort of stuff, and just build it all up in one big go, and then just send it all over in a big bulk. Whereas now it's obviously because there's new things coming out constantly. I'm buying things, well, as and when, I suppose. Not all the time, but more than enough. And here we go. Chat's picking up right the way now. I can't believe I'm going for an hour and a half already. Well, nearly 2. Wow, crazy. Upgrade kits, no. Yeah, that's the problem, because some of them are well expensive, aren't they? And that's it. As I say, it's where do you draw in the line? Because then you probably have to. Then I'd be one of these. I say silly people, crazy people. I'd buy one. There's the normal figure. There's the normal figure in the alternate mode. There's the normal figure with the upgrade kit. There's the normal figure in a box. And I'd be like, oh, and you've got like 8 versions of each figure then, and then it just gets too much. And I don't think I could be doing that. See you later, Si. Oh, I was getting up to 40 odd then as well. Which would have been, no, as I say, there's too much. But it's good. And as I say, obviously we're all discussing what we collect. Is the fact that there is third party, the fact that there's everything. There's upgrade kits, there's comics, there's masterpiece, there's too much. There's far too much. I don't think you could house it all. And you haven't even started thinking yet, or even seriously thinking about. And I know lots of people hate the movies before I say it, but let's see what Rise of the Beast is like and see what their toys are like. It's also getting the kits here in the UK, importing stuff. Yeah, importing's horrendous because the money's dropped out of the pound, obviously. I think for me it happened the way because I knew when the good finds of G1 figs would get this. Yeah, exactly like that. Would you like a Prime? I would love a Primus HasLab. They should definitely do that. They should definitely do a Primus HasLab. I'm completely agreeing with you on that one. Whether they will or not, I don't know. Maybe. I love Voyager class version of Landcross. So Voyager figures, but Titan size Landcross. But if they could still do the same gimmick that all 6 bots could combine. Right, I don't buy any non-transforming transformers out there. 7 likes and 36 in chat show support it. If it helps Toys R Us get noticed more on YouTube, it will help his channel grow. Thank you ever so much, Devoid of Logic. That's great. Yes, I'm looking forward to what's coming in the Rise of the Beast. You see, it could actually be a great. It could be a great. Could be a great film. Who knows? We don't know. International interest would be higher as the pound being low means a lot better exchange rate to the dollar. We don't really know. We don't know how good it's going to be. Again, sometimes I think what most people who like G1 don't like about the Bayverse films is that they overcomplicate the look of a bot, and they put too many metallic bits here, there, and everywhere on it. Now, the problem that they're going to have is that they're using beasts as well. So I hope they can't. Cheetor's got to look like a Cheetor, not hopefully some whatever that they're going to do. Excuse me, I don't know. Whatever they're going to do with it, hopefully they could do it. They could do some good justice, good detail with him. And 35, I suppose so. But that's the point of Landcross. There, the point of Landcross is the fact that you can mix and match them all together. Earthspark, it does look surprisingly good. And I mean, has everybody seen the trailer yet? So can I say the main bit I want to say? Has everybody seen the trailer? Who's in the chat? Anybody who's watching this afterwards, here comes a spoiler, because Megatron's a good guy. What's that about? That's brilliant. That's why I didn't see that coming at all. Nowhere on this planet did I see the fact that Megatron would ever be a good guy. Couldn't believe that whatsoever. I worry about Rise of the Beast because it's got potential to be awful, because it has got beasts in it. It's got potential to be really, really bad. Don't know. That's it. Spoiler alert. That's it. That's what I just said. We'll have to see. Of course, I mean, everybody knows as well, even before they first had their wars or whatever, Megatron and Optimus were friends, weren't they? I think the twist with Megatron being good, lots of people concerned about. I think they are. Because they've put it back another year. Obviously, it was supposed to come out this year. And people are moaning about the voice actors already, aren't they? Because apparently the guy's voicing Mirage is from Saturday Night Live, so he's going to be like, they think, the comic relief character already. But I don't know. That's it. That's the best thing about it. They're a puzzle. They're exactly that. Could be successful return for Beast Wars. Definitely agree that the metallic silver looks for everyone's and great. Look how the Dinobots were silver in the film, but not in the toy line. As for Megatron, a good guy, I don't know if he'll hate it. No, he does. Yeah, that's it. The guy from Saturday Night Live, could he work? It might work. I don't know if it'll work. I think everybody who's in this chat, and I think anybody who's given the movies any chance, whatever, I'm sure we'll all agree that Bumblebee's the best one. Bumblebee's the best one, and if it's anything like that, and if it's like a follow-up from that, then hopefully it'll be good. That's what we're hoping on for. There we go. I'm holding up vote. That's it. Everyone's saying it is a sequel to Bumblebee, so fingers crossed it should be. Hopefully it will be. As I say, I'm hoping that it will be as good as Bumblebee, because if it is as good as Bumblebee, then that's... You can't ask for much more than that, can you really? Considering I think that was much more aimed at kids, but I think it was one of the better films. G1 style Cybertron battle was incredible. Yeah, exactly. But that was the other thing, wasn't it? There's definitely they've got permission, haven't they, to do another animated movie? That's a definite. They've definitely got permission to do another animated movie. So as and when they do that, I don't know. I worry that the cast will be too big, meaning that the bots won't get much. Yeah, that's probably what they'll do. Set in 1992, I think. Isn't that when the first Captain Marvel was set as well? Just randomly, that came into my head. I think so. So it'll be interesting to see how they do the 90s. It'll have an 80s, it'll have a 90s soundtrack, which is good, because you can't beat some of the 90s music. That'll be brilliant. There you go. I like stepping in chocolate would be the best thing to step into. It's true. It's true, Adam. It's true, but it is one of the best. It is 2024 Transformers 1. Yeah, they're going to do another they're going to do another animated one, aren't they? But we don't know what it's going to be about. That could be interesting. That could be very good. I really think it could be. They do. It's coming in July. If it doesn't get cancelled or delayed, that is. And no one knows anything about that. No one knows anything at all about that. So that'll be interesting. There's too many scopes. Paramount Plus are on about doing a live action series, aren't they, as well? Which will take the mick if they manage to do that. Yeah, Ben, you've nailed it there. They actually need to make it about the Transformers. They need to forget about all the human interest and everything like that. They need to definitely do that. That's the big thing. I love Bumblebee yeah, exactly. Everybody loves that Cybertron. Even if you're not a G1 person, you love that. But you love that battle scene at the beginning. For that reason, as it's good. It's Transformers versus Transformers, which is what you want. My favourite live action movie was Dark of the Moon. But it's time I loved Bumblebee. Dark of the Moon had such great potential, and then it went so weird and daft in the middle, with Ken Jeong he was too much, like jumping in that bloke on the toilets and stuff. He went too far, and I like Ken Jeong, he's funny, etc. But it's all right, it's watchable. But I get what you're saying, and I know people love it. I do get what you're saying, but yeah, Bumblebee's definitely the best one. What I liked about Bumblebee was that you could follow the action sequences. Do you think that he's coming fast again now? Do you think Marvel will do the comics right for my I think so. don't know, actually. That would be great if Marvel did take the comics back. I don't know. That's a good idea. We still don't know who's taking over from IDW, so that's a good shout. Hopefully someone like that. There's 3 new Transformers Prime movies coming out next year. They are privately funded, started the project. No way. I didn't know that at all either. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Transformers Prime movies. That'll be interesting. It's supposed to image that they got the wow. That will be interesting to see, to be honest. Well up for watching some of them. Robot Chris movie was so good because it had a fantastic script, well directed, and actually had actors that could act. Even John Cena, is that what you think? John Cena could act? I suppose he can. Shia LaBeouf just got too annoying, didn't he? Is that controversial? Unpopular opinions or whatever? He got too much for me. I think for me, as I say, it was just that they were gone so far away from what they originally were supposed to be. They didn't need to be so, shardy bits of metal and everything. John Cena was terrible. But he's a wrestler and you can't take him seriously anyway, can you? You can't take him seriously. I think it totally depends on your age. I guarantee anybody who's under 25, or probably under 30, shall we say, will think that John Cena's acting was awesome. And I think anybody over 40 will be like, John Cena is awful. I mean, it's good, rather. Which is an excellent Peacemaker. Yeah, there you go. John Cena. He's always going to be the you can't see me guy. That's all he is to me. He's not an actor. He's not an actor. Look at me moving around. I need to get something about this. But to be fair, we've been going nearly 2 hours. I didn't expect to go this long again. Yep, Peacemaker, see? It's crazy how all these ex-wrestlers are now huge stars. Right, I'll go and do that. And I'm over for... Oh, there you are, Mike. There you go, then. Big wrestling fan must be. Fungboy 3, it was Robot Kirkman that went after it. Okay. What combiners do you want to see in a trans... That's a good question. That's a good question. What combiners do you want to see? It's got to be in it. I keep saying it. I want to see some of the Japanese ones. I want to see Laia Kaiser. I want to see Lancross. I don't mind seeing Bruticus. Bruticus is class. I'd like to see a much better Devastator, because how you can go from construction vehicles and things like that into whatever they did, I don't understand. I don't understand how they did it. Bruticus is always a great shout. Superior, do you know what? Any of them are great. Any of them. There you go. He's controversial. Victory Saber. I want to see Victory Saber in a movie, because he's a combiner. That's what I want to see. And that mass shift, but can have a cube the size of a block of flats that can shrink down to cardboard. Yeah, that's true, actually. It's funny. Having the cassette combiners could be cool, but not a huge overpowered bot to deal with. Even Dino King, yeah, Dino King's got to be in it. Dino King's ace. He needs to be a proper size. I know you don't collect third party, but have you seen the third party versions? Yeah, I've seen them. I think they're very good. I think they're very good, to be fair. I've also seen the third party version. Yeah, the Monstructor as well is brilliant. Bruticus is just meant for the big screen. I think what you've got to think about is the problem you've got with the Japanese ones, well, especially Laia Kaiser, is that they're not, as I say, everyday vehicles, whereas Bruticus, you know, as you say, all you've got to do is break in, apart from blast off, obviously, all you've got to do is break into a military base and bang, you can make Bruticus. So that's what's good about him, to be honest. They're on your list for your next splurge. Right. That's why. Yeah, keep an eye out for them then. Magna Boss. Oh, of course. Didn't think of him. Magna Boss, of course. That's a great combiner, actually, to be honest. That is a great combiner. Good shout. I also really love, as a combiner, and he is a combiner, Reflector. I think Reflector's amazing. I think Reflector's one of the best combiners ever made, because it's just genius. It's a camera. It's so good. It is. It's so good. Yeah, Blastoff will have to be a jet, because he couldn't be. I love Reflector. I always bring him up when people talk about combiners. Combiners maybe could be the final battle like King Kong. Or you get dumped on a beach and trip over a plane buried in the sand. Instant break. Someone's been watching the cartoon again, Ben, haven't they? Someone's been watching the cartoon again. That is a definite call back to that cartoon. Righty, it's getting late. What should we say? 10 minutes more? I think we should say 10 minutes more. And as I say, I'll probably do another one in a month or so's time again. I like doing these. These are fun. It's getting past the name and breast. Yes, of course. What's Chris McFeely posted again now? Because he's digging himself holes, isn't he, when he's changing names and stuff. Seasons. Never really thought about it, but I guess Reflector. Reflector is a combiner because it's 3 bots that make him. Because I know that they can't have Kill Bison. It's Seacons. Didn't think of them. Seacons are great, aren't they? What did they change Kill Bison to? I can't think. Iron Bison, didn't they? Yeah, they changed him to Iron Bison. And Hellbat they changed to Fellbat. Yeah, that's a bit awkward. I don't know. Don't know what they'd do with that, to be honest. They'd have to do something. Yeah, Seacons are ace. King Poseidon's ace. That's one of the best ones ever. Right, yeah, as I say, 10 minutes more, then we're going to wrap this up at midnight time for us in the UK, which will be quite late everywhere else, because we've done 2 hours and it's just been great. Are Powerlinks combiners? If they're, I think so. I love the fact that people say that now. I say that to a lot of people and they do. Oh, I never thought of that, but he is. You need 3 of them to make the one that it is. And of course you can make ships out of him and everything now, can't you? So he's ace. Yeah, Road Caesar would be good. They do need a better Road Caesar. Again, we've discussed this all the time with the Japanese figures. Modern updates or just different versions, and would be very, very good. Hopefully better than what we're getting with some of them. The cassette combiners, yeah, take your name and pick King Poseidon, Piranha, God Neptune. Yep, exactly, God Neptune as well from Beast Wars, especially if they're going down the Beast Wars aisle. Too many names for them, It's going to be good. I'm just looking at the gaping holes there in my Menasor, soon to have Wild Rider put inside him. Spayverse kind of made the whole triple changer thing null, because they were... Yeah, the worst one was Age of Extinction, when they did that transforming, when they weren't even transforming, when they were morphing. That's what ruined it for me, and that had the potential to be a really good film. Thankfully, they sort of stopped that, because I really didn't like that. I didn't like the idea of the transforming, whatever it was, at all. That really annoyed me, probably just because I'm being old and grumpy, but I didn't like it. Didn't like that bit at all. King Poseidon, Neptune, good name for a cat. King Pianicon, Neptune. There you go, cat. That's funny. Yeah, that's it. Ben says it's the worst one by far. I think, again, it had the potential, didn't it? Because it had the potential of being the Dinobots. To be honest, Connor, no. I've just with my lowercase, I just don't touch him. You can fold a foot out at the bottom of him for lowercase's foot, but he'll stand without it. So when you see my lowercase's feet, it's not folded out on him. It's folded out on Drillhorn, but it's not folded out on Kill Bison. For that reason, I should have to move it. I'm yet to experience one of him actually shatter. I've been quite lucky, because when I got him, I had to build him up completely myself from start to finish with no instructions. And luckily enough, obviously, he stayed intact and he stayed in one piece. Transformium, yeah, that's what it was. It was so annoying, Transformium. It was literally that. I'm sorry if you're just jumping in the chat, and we're all talking about how awful Age of Extinction is. Fungboy 3, I broke Kill Bison's head. I've not seen it. I'm getting a Junker, actually, funny enough, to have a play around with and to have a decent look at very, very soon. Marky Mark was worse than John Cena. Where's this come from? Marky Mark was... That's Mark Wahlberg, isn't it? I'm sure it is. Yeah, the plastic is brittle. My worst one... I've been really... Again, I'm lucky. The ones that I've got... No, the one that I actually broke, I think I've said this before. Yeah, that's it. There's so many plot holes, or so many plot flaws, rather, shall we say, with Age of Extinction. It was just awful. Because Stinger was amazing, and they go and make him stupid. Transform him. No, don't do that. That's rubbish. What was I going to say? Yeah, mine was... Is it Skyhammer? Sky High, the giant Ultra Pretender, that's the one that I've had the problem with. But to be fair, I did knock it on one of the shelves just behind where you can see the black, probably just above Motormaster's head, and it just crumbled into loads of pieces, loads and loads of pieces. Hopefully they ditched the creators for it all. I know Megatron was my fave. Megs at Bayworth. He was a good Megs, to be fair. I probably preferred Megs from Revenge of the Fallen because he was a tank, and just Megs being a jet all the time, which didn't like. Really didn't like it. The real thick shady's just jumped in. I feel really bad because there's loads of people jumping in now, and I'm about to go. I'll maybe do a bit longer. Let's see how we go. That was because I did not know to extend. You see, that's it. There you go. We're all learning, especially with them figures. It's really scary. I'm trying to think of one that I broke one of my mini 6-builder combiners because I didn't know what I was doing with it. Pretender Monsters, Grimlock from Beast Wars. Pretender Monsters are awful, but I'm really lucky that mine are still intact. It is great. It's from my version, funnily, of him is there. Love him. Love him. Kath, nice to have you here. I won't be here much longer, honestly. Thank you ever so much for jumping on. Hugely appreciated. Typically, the numbers have just peaked up to 30s. I live 2 minutes from the submarine in my TF5. My son thinks it's a real transformer, and we look for Bumblebee every time we drive past it. That's class. See, that's a nice story. At least if there's one thing, the Bayverse movies have given you that. That's a nice story that you can share with your son. That's all right. I thought I heard my kids crying then as soon as I said that. I jinxed them. Nope, no noise from them. But that's it. Rise of the Beast, it's got to be good. They can't have, especially the Beast, they can't have them looking awful, can they? They can't have them, well, we say they can't, but we're hoping they're not. Which is the best Velocitron figure to get? The best Velocitron figure to get, in my opinion, is, let me have a look. Oh, you sent me an email, Duke Nukem. Okay, cool. Velocitron. I'm trying to think now. Burnout was okay. Probably Hauler, even though it's just a straight up repaint to grapple with a teeny wee deco. I love Hauler. Override, of course. Override was great. Override's, she's a great figure. She's such a good figure. Override would be the one to get because the other ones we've pretty much seen. Obviously, we've seen a Blair, we've seen a Burnout, we've seen a Hauler, seen Scourge, seen Road Rocket. Obviously, Cosmos is popular, but I think Thingy as well. I worry about the human story in Rise of the Beast taking over the story like in all. That's the big thing, Michael. If that's what happens, that's what will ruin the movie. That is exactly what. If the human element gets too big, then it will ruin the movie because we don't want that. We want, yeah, that's exactly what we want. We just want to see the Transformers, not the humans. A lot of the Beast Wars leaks I've seen show the animals as being robotic, but I don't know how legit they are. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. They're going to have to be in some way robotic because they are robots, but there's rumours about a Titan. That could be interesting. I suppose it depends how you look at it. I mean, if you look at Revenge of the Fallen again, for example, Demolisher at the beginning was huge. But obviously when the figure came out, originally it was only a Voyager class. I mean, they've just recently done a leader one, but the upgrade kit come for road comes with a cigarette to give his funny expression a different meaning. That sounds quite interesting. I've not seen that. Let's have to see. Oh, no, anymore. No, there's no more rumours about the $300 Titan at all. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it is. Hope for, I mean, as I say, fingers crossed for I want Metro Titan. Because I just think the colour scheme on that is wacky. The blue Omega Supreme is just a blue Omega Supreme, whereas Metro Titan's crazy. It's my gran. There you go, see. Funny. That'll be interesting. I don't know. Not got a clue. Right, we're on to 2 hours now, so then, yeah, let's definitely say 5 more minutes, people. So sorry. Get your last questions in or get your last thanks in and anything like that. Metro Titan would be amazing, obviously. If the splash art from PulseCon is anything to go by, we might get a Nemesis. Everyone's thinking Nemesis, aren't they? Everyone's thinking Nemesis, and it makes sense. Fort Max or Grandus could do. We've already got a Fort Max, haven't we? But are you asking me who's my favourite? Fort Max over Grandis. I like Grandis, but Fort Max every day of the week. Every day of the week. I don't think Rise of the Beast will save the film franchise either, though. Again, we're all speculating. We don't know. We need to see a proper full trailer, don't we? That's what we need to see. I agree. Metro Titan would be awesome. Just because it's... Mega's a great figure, but it'll just be a blue one with a bit of white on it. Metro Titan's a completely different colour scheme. And fingers crossed we get the... If it's going to be that price, fingers crossed we get the Metro Bomb, the Metro, whatever. I can't think of their full names, but basically you'd get 6-gun, Scamper and Slammer, all the Metro versions of them, because that would also explain maybe the price for it all. So Grandis would have to be a new mould. You'd think so, because Grandis is just a brick, isn't it? It doesn't do anything. I want it. Yes, yeah, I think that's going to come out. Duke, I'm pretty sure it comes out. Tripticon again. No, I don't want Tripticon. I don't know what it is. I think Tripticon's okay, but no, I don't think we need another Tripticon. You do win for the best comments. Your Rugrats one will definitely go down in folklore, 100%. I really appreciate you jumping on. Thank you, Ben. As I say, I'm going to be literally signing off in a second anyway, because I've got 3 kids upstairs. Well, they're all asleep at the moment, but the newborn isn't. I can hear her already, so I'm going to have to go upstairs in a minute. As we're coming towards the end of the stream, we can't be far away before the HasLab. No, we can't. Apparently, November, innit? So, and that's what, a month away? There you go, Metro Shot, Metro Tank, Metro Bomb. Thank you, Fungboy3. Thank you for that. Hyperlink is brilliant. Thank you for hosting this, Russ. It's great fun being able to chat about Transformers for a few hours with a bunch of people. Any DevCon news? I don't think we've got any DevCon news, unfortunately. Michael, it has been great fun. Good night to all. Upstairs, I always thought you were in your loft. No, I'm in, I suppose, there's a downstairs below me with a kitchen and a living room and everything in. And then this could be classed as a bedroom, but it's not. And then my bedroom, our master bedroom, is upstairs. I think you'll get another Tripticon in the video game studio series. We might do, actually, because of course the video game series, but I hope not, because I'm not too much of a fan of Tripticon. He's all right, but no, there's way better Titans. Way better Titans, in my opinion. Way, way better. Everybody's getting their last few questions in. It's typical because loads of people are jumping on now as well. Do you think they will make more DJD? Is that Dungeons and Dragons figures? What do you mean by DJD? DJ. Why do I not know? I should know this. This is obviously a Transformers acronym. What is it? I don't know which one it is. Come on, let's wait. What's Eve? Did it DJD? I don't know what it is. I should know what that is, shouldn't I? Someone jump in and help me. Or am I really that old? I don't know what abbreviations are anymore. As I was saying. Oh, Decepticon, of course. Yeah, of course. Let me think. Yes, of course they will. I'm sure they will do. Because they've got thingy, so I'm sure they will. Great streamers, thanks for your amazing content support. TF community, good night, one all. That's it. Of course they will. If they've started with Tarn, they will definitely do it. I'm sure they will definitely do it. Thanks for the streams. Great. I'm going to do monthly. I think it's a good idea to do the monthly. I don't mind doing them at this time. It just seems to work. They probably won't turn into execution devices. Probably not. Everybody's still here. Bless you. I feel bad because the numbers are going up and up still. So, there you go. I have an extra grapple upgrade kit. Do you want it? I'm happy to send it you. I'll chat to you about it in a sec then, Duke. Thanks for the offer. That's lovely of you. Very, very, very kind. I'll have a look at that in a sec. Right, everybody's starting to dwindle out now, which is good. So this really does give me a chance to say thank you, everybody, for jumping on. It's been 2 hours that, again, it's just absolutely flown. It's been fun, and yeah, as I say, I'll make these monthly. I give you the opportunity to do things like this. Just stack some figures behind me. We can have a chat about them. I can show you them. We can talk exactly what we are. Hopefully, we'll have more news on all the things we've been talking about next time. So when I come back on, we can say exactly that. Everybody's going. Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much, guys. Take care then. I'm going to shoot off. Great chatting to you all. Catch up soon.